Old and crackadated here. What I'm going to do today is just try to make a pretty short film and try to explain some of the things that's going on with me not being able to play good, and it keeps affecting me from time to time. One day I'll be able to play fair, but I was watching another YouTuber that was showing people how to be able to speed up their playing as a beginner and how to work on it. And I guess what I took from that is, okay, I'm going to just have to make out like I could never play, because what I expect out of myself is so much more than I can achieve. I get frustrated. Some of my videos, I know my frustration shows. But if I never had known how to play, it wouldn't be a big problem having to learn. Because I remember going through that learning process, but music came natural to me. I was able to just pick up the guitar, and after learning a few chords, then I started venturing out and picking and advancing real fast, as I did on all my music, playing on any instrument. But when you had that ability, and then you go to not even being able to make a chord on the guitar, and finally getting where you can bar a chord by pressing other fingers down on this middle finger and bar chording 3 strings. Of course, the coordination of the right hand is still a major problem. I might go to the proper fret for whatever note I'm going to play, but this hand will jump and go to a totally different string. I know some other guitar players that have had some problems and had to rehab from it. I know they went through frustration of not being able to make the notes they want to make, and when you could play anything you wanted at any speed, and then not even be able to make a chord and change a chord. I'm still having trouble with getting the clarity out of a note when I chord something. I used to be able to bar chord anything. I had a long stretch with my hand. Of course, that is something that gradually goes away, is your ability to stretch out and reach that extra fret up there, or extra 2 frets. Like on a piano, I had a pretty good reach. And of course, my voice being messed up too, going from being able to sing tenor to bass, everything in between. Had a high octave range. I could go from very low to very high. And then those burned vocal cords, and it's just like having a throat infection and raspy voice. It went from a smooth, clear voice to rough, and sometimes talking is, my voice gets really too low. I don't know what the eventual outcome is going to be, but I'm still working on it. got a guitar plugged up, but I had my reverb pedal plugged into a short cord and the guitar behind it. Yeah, see if I can find my guitar pick I had in here. Well, I had a pick there in my shirt pocket, but I think I put it down in my pants pocket. And it's a good pick. Well, I guess when I took the paper towel out of my, there it is right there. Had it well hidden. I had to keep the paper towel in the pocket when petting those puppies because they reach up and grab me and I'm just glad to be able to do that. But that it's getting a little bit better. Uh, I'll tell you, and I love this guitar, and I've done nothing to it. I don't think I turned a screw anywhere on it. The neck came set up good. one more beautiful guitar, and it was cheap. I don't know, it was $230 or something like that. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, I keep working. I'm doing a little more playing now. I was interrupted when Ladybug got sick. My world was coming apart. Yeah, I hadn't even set the bridge height to the curve of the neck radius. But I tell you, these. I'm working on things like trying to get some accents on some things. If you've never been through anything like a trauma like I had, it's a life-changing experience. And not being able to travel like I want to. I wasn't even able to take Ladybug for rides. For quite a while. And she loved to go. But our rides were cut pretty short. I would put her in the car and take her with me to the store and back. But she really enjoyed looking at everything she passed. That was a fantastic dog. It's the best dog I've ever had. But you know, I've got little Betsy Bug and Ben in the house now. I opened the door, little Ben, he was ready to go. We was going down to feed the horses. He was ready to go. And I looked around, and Betsy Bug done run over there and hid between a lamp and a chair. And I went over there to try to get her to the door. She spread her back legs out and hooked around that chair and that lamp, and she wasn't coming out of there. She's had enough of that hot weather outside. At night, she'll go out on the back porch and play with the rest of the puppies, but during the day, she ain't gonna go out that door. That was so funny. She's a real sweetheart. Her and Ben are probably gonna be my go-to-town dogs. Little Ben's sweetest little thing. Got a little curly hair. He's still little, and Betsy Bug's, I think, got about twice as big as him. And Bear, I'm telling you what, that's the cutest dog. That shaggy hair, and he's about as big around as he is long. That's the funniest little thing, and he's just sweet as he can be. And then little Rowdy, and he is rowdy, I'm telling you. He's all underfoot. But we go down to feed the horses, and if it's hot, Bear will stop at the top of the hill there under the shade tree. He ain't going any further. But that little Rowdy, he don't care. He'll let that tongue hang out. And little Ben, same way. They'll let their little tongues hang out and just be all underfoot and get down there and watch the horses eat. And then, of course, where I fill the water troughs and let it overflow to get any mosquito eggs off the top of it. Do that every day and you won't have mosquitoes in your trough. Because they lay their eggs on the surface of the water, and if you run the surface off, you take the eggs with them, they die on the ground. But anyway, they wait till that trough starts overflowing, go over there and stand there and lick the water coming off the side of the trough. But I love my puppies. And of course, I've been trying to trim Ruff's hair, and I'm telling you what, it's like trimming steel wool. I'm going to have to use hand scissors to trim. I've tried the clippers and they work, but on some of that older matted hair, I've got to use scissors to get that stuff cut off. They won't build a pair of clippers with wide enough teeth in it to actually get the hair in between them. Maybe I could use a sickle mower on the tractor to mow his hair with. But anyway, I ought to just give a little explanation on what's happening and about the frustration you see in some of my videos. It's like today I'm having trouble. When I brush my teeth, when I rinse my mouth, I had to get water in my mouth and hold my lips to keep the water from running out. This is something I'll have to put up with all the time. But it feels like somebody's hit me in the lip. It's numb there today. I guess I'm lucky to be alive. So many things have happened to me. But old and crackadated, and enough of this rambling. I just had to do an explanation. Today my hands are working fair, so I was able to do some clear notes. But sometimes the notes sound horrible to me. I mean, it's almost like I've got a string buzz, but it's me that's doing the buzzing instead of the guitar. And these two fingers still not working good. I'm not able to use this one much on the string, so I do the little finger. It's able to bend better, but that one, even though it'll bend, I can't get it down on the string and make it do anything right. So forget this finger. It's these three right here is what I've got to play with. Every once in a while this will do right, but that's one of the biggest problems I've got right now. That finger right there not working when it's supposed to, and I can't. My hand will not move fast like it used to, and this finger right here is really stiff in this joint. But I just keep working with it, hoping things are going to change. But old and crackadated, and if it can, it will, and with my life, it usually does, at least once a day. I had to have my car towed in, simple little relay under the hood, the fuel pump relay. When the thing got hot, it left me stranded, and I had to pay a wrecker $80 to tow me home because I couldn't wait for the thing to cool down. As hot as it was that day, it wasn't going to cool down till the sun went down. But I've replaced that relay now, and I guess I'm going to find out if that's the problem, or whether I've got to do the computer. Which I can order a reconditioned computer, which they correct the problem that Chrysler created to begin with. I don't care if Chrysler goes under and everybody loses their job there. They deserve it because the engineers are totally incompetent. They've had electrical problems since 1971 with their circuit boards in the dash with the 71 Fury 2 and 3. My father-in-law bought brand new one. He turned the lights on and the air conditioner would come on, or the windshield wipers. None of the printed circuit board was printed right. He had to take it back into the dealer and they put in a replacement corrected board. And they got the same problem with that computer module out under the hood. They put it in a heated spot when they could have mounted it inside the vehicle and kept it out of the heat. But it's out there getting engine heat blowing right on it, and the circuit on the inside, they built it wrong from the factory. Why didn't they have to fix those things and replace every one of them? Enough of my ranting and raving, but I'm so sick of that. Fantastic motor, fantastic chassis. Couldn't want a better riding vehicle as the Durango. But they discontinued because they never would go back and fix the computer problem. They've got too many sensors on automobiles now. They got a relay for everything. And now I heard that some of the newer cars have even got electric power steering. You wonder why some of these things are wrecking? The old reliable power steering pump, there was nothing wrong with it. They lasted a long, long time, and that may be the problem. They don't want them to last more than a year or two. As soon as warranty's out, they're garbage. But there's so many electronic, and vehicles are not getting better gas mileage after they're a year or two old. I'm getting 16.4 miles to the gallon on that thing. When the electronics worked great, I was getting above 20 miles to the gallon. So you put all that fancy stuff in there, and then when it starts going bad and you can't fix it, there's no replacement once it goes bad. It'll never work the way it did originally. But so many sensors, and when they cut the catalytic converters off that Durango and the 4Runner, I've got a blown engine in the 4Runner. I've got to get the head gasket replaced, because when they cut the wires and everything to the catalytic converter, just ripped them out. It caused the thing to overheat because it didn't know the computer didn't know what it was doing. Same thing with the Durango. It's been horrible ever since that converter was stolen. And the wires were just dangling down on the ground. Well, old and crackadated, and I guess it already has happened.